Critics say we must always remember that we share one home and one glorious destiny. We all bleed the same red blood of patriots. We all salute the same great American flag. Our best days are yet to come.
He speaks like everybody else.
Today, we journey into the life of a man who has left an indelible mark on the world stage, a figure synonymous with power, controversy, and resilience. Donald J. Trump.
Than your everyday American. But when we hear Donald Trump speaks, he sounds like he could be a family member or a friend, and he's unique in that sense.
Born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York City, he was the fourth of 5 children of Mary Ann McLeod Trump and Frederick Christ Trump. Donald Trump's parents were of German and Scottish descent, and his father, Fred Trump, was a prominent real estate developer in New York City.
A young man who built his first home at the age of 17. His name is Fred Trump. He's built a few other things since then. Chairman of the board of the Trump Organization.
Fred Trump's success in the real estate business provided young Donald with early exposure to the industry. From a young age, he observed his father's work ethic, business acumen, and entrepreneurial spirit, which left a lasting impression on him. As a child, Trump attended the Kew Forest School in Queens, but was later sent to the New York Military Academy, NYMA, in upstate New York to instill discipline and structure in his life.
Success is a very important thing. It's certainly been very important to me. And I can tell you that one of the great choices I ever made in terms of success was the choice of going to NYMA, New York Military Academy. I loved it. It was terrific training. It was tough, but it was good.
At NYMA, he thrived academically and in extracurricular activities, including sports and leadership roles. Trump often credited his time at the military academy with teaching him valuable lessons about leadership and discipline that would serve him well in his future endeavours. After graduating from NYMA, Trump attended Fordham University for 2 years before transferring to the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. In 1968, he graduated from Wharton with a bachelor's degree in economics. His education at Wharton provided him with a strong foundation in business and finance, which would later be essential in his real estate ventures. Throughout his early life, Donald Trump was exposed to the world of New York City real estate through his father's business dealings. This exposure, combined with his education and early experiences, set the stage for his entry into the real estate industry and his eventual rise to prominence as a real estate developer and businessman. Overall, Donald Trump's early life was marked by a combination of privilege and a strong work ethic instilled by his family. His experiences at the New York Military Academy and his education at Wharton laid the groundwork for his future business success and, eventually, his entry into the world of politics.
You can't understand Donald without looking at his childhood. The family had chauffeurs, he was taken to school in a limousine, he never had to work regular jobs.
Donald Trump's college years and early business career shaped him as a real estate mogul and entrepreneur. After graduating from the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania in 1968 with a degree in economics, Trump was eager to put his education to practical use. He returned to New York City, where he joined his father's real estate company, the Trump Organization. At the time, the company primarily focused on middle-class rental properties in Brooklyn and Queens. Donald Trump quickly rose through the ranks within the Trump Organization, becoming actively involved in the management and expansion of the family business. In 1971, at the age of 25, he was named president of the company. His new role allowed him to lead significant real estate ventures, including transforming the dilapidated Commodore Hotel in Manhattan into the Grand Hyatt Hotel, which marked his entry into high-profile real estate development in the heart of New York City. One of his most iconic early projects was the Trump Tower, a mixed-use skyscraper located on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. Completed in 1983, Trump Tower showcased his vision for luxury real estate, featuring high-end residential condominiums, commercial spaces, and a distinctive atrium with a cascading waterfall and shops. The building became a symbol of opulence and helped solidify his reputation as a real estate developer with a knack for grandeur. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Trump expanded his real estate empire further, with notable developments like Trump Plaza, Trump Park, and Trump International Hotel and Tower. These projects extended beyond New York City, encompassing Atlantic City, Florida, and other locations. His branding and marketing strategies, often featuring his name prominently on properties, became a hallmark of his business approach. Donald Trump's early business career was marked by a blend of ambition, marketing flair, and financial acumen.
And I started off making little deals in Brooklyn and Queens with my father, and they seemed to work out.
He diversified his interests beyond real estate, venturing into industries such as professional football, airline services, Trump Shuttle, and casinos, Trump Taj Mahal. Notably, his foray into the casino business in Atlantic City faced both successes and setbacks. By the late 1990s, Trump faced financial challenges, including corporate bankruptcies tied to some of his ventures. However, he managed to rebound and rebuild his wealth through various means, including licensing his brand for a range of products and experiences worldwide. His early business career demonstrated his resilience and determination as he navigated the highs and lows of the real estate market and various business ventures. Ultimately, it laid the foundation for his later entry into the world of entertainment and politics, where his entrepreneurial spirit and celebrity status would continue to play a pivotal role.
I've seen so many brilliant people. They gave up in life. They were totally brilliant. They were top of their class. They were the best students. They were the best of everything. They gave up. I've seen others who really didn't have that talent or that ability, and they're among the most successful people today in the world because they never quit and they never gave up.
The journey of Donald Trump to becoming a billionaire is a tale of ambition, strategy, and resilience. It's a story that weaves through the high-stakes world of real estate, business ventures, and brand licensing. Let's delve deeper into how he built his business empire and achieved billionaire status. It all began with real estate investments. Trump's initial success was rooted in astute decisions in this arena. Working alongside his father, Fred Trump, in their family real estate business, he learned the ropes. In the 1970s, Donald Trump took the reins of the Trump Organization and embarked on a mission to expand the company's real estate holdings, setting his sights on upscale properties in Manhattan. His early projects, such as the Grand Hyatt Hotel and Trump Tower, weren't just iconic, they were lucrative. Trump was known for his knack for leverage and financing. He had a talent for using other people's money, which enabled him to undertake larger and riskier projects. Securing loans and financing from banks and investors, he funded his developments, strategically using debt and capitalizing on rising property values to amplify his wealth. But Trump's success wasn't just about real estate. It was also about branding and marketing. He recognized the power of his name as a brand and began licensing the Trump name for a wide range of products and ventures. This branding strategy didn't just generate significant revenue, it also enhanced the perceived value of his real estate properties. Diversification was another key aspect of Trump's approach. While real estate was his primary focus, he ventured into various other businesses, from casinos in Atlantic City to the Plaza Hotel in New York City, and even ventures like Trump Shuttle, Trump University, and Trump Steaks. Some of these ventures were successful, while others faced financial challenges.
Your empire was pretty
Much more than that.
You owed more than that?
975 was personally guaranteed. That was just the small part. That was the harder debt. But I owed many, many billions of dollars. And now my company is much bigger and stronger than it was in the 80s.
In 2004, Donald Trump became the producer and host of the reality TV show The Apprentice. The show's popularity brought him additional income and elevated his celebrity status. His catchphrase, "You're fired" became a part of the cultural lexicon, further enhancing his brand. However, Trump's business career was not without its setbacks.
Who knows better about hard times than me? I had a company, it was doing well, I had tremendous debt like this country, and in 1990, the whole country, it just went very, very bad.
He faced financial difficulties in the early 1990s, leading to corporate bankruptcies associated with some of his ventures. But he managed to rebound by focusing on his core real estate business, brand licensing, and strategic partnerships. Over the years, the value of Trump's real estate holdings appreciated significantly. This was due to market trends, gentrification of neighbourhoods where his properties were located, and the prestige associated with the Trump brand. Donald Trump's presidential campaign and subsequent election in 2016 brought him into the national spotlight and further elevated his brand.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
While in office, he maintained ownership of the Trump Organization, but placed his assets in a trust managed by his sons to avoid potential conflicts of interest. Trump's net worth fluctuated over the years, and Forbes' annual billionaires list included him at various times. The magazine's estimates were based on financial disclosures, property valuations, and various factors, though the precise value of his assets remained a subject of debate and speculation. His financial disclosures and the valuation of his assets have been subjects of legal investigations and controversies. Nonetheless, his business career, marked by real estate ventures, brand licensing, and media exposure, played a central role in his rise to prominence as a billionaire.
She's crooked Hillary, don't you understand that? This is one of the most crooked politicians in history.
The political career of Donald Trump stands as one of the most defining and controversial chapters of his life. In this narrative exploration, we delve into his journey through the tumultuous and unpredictable world of politics. Entry into politics. Donald Trump's entry into the political arena came later than many career politicians. Despite having toyed with presidential aspirations in the past, including a brief stint as a Reform Party candidate in 2000, it wasn't until 2015 that he firmly stepped onto the political stage. Announcing his campaign for the presidency as a Republican candidate, Trump, a businessman and reality TV star, surprised many with his decision to run. 2016 presidential campaign. Trump's 2016 presidential campaign broke the conventional mold from the very outset. He championed a populist and nationalist message anchored by the compelling promise to make America great again. His campaign highlighted critical issues such as immigration reform, tax cuts, and deregulation, resonating with a significant portion of the electorate. Trump's campaign style was defined by fiery speeches, controversial remarks, and a dynamic social media presence.
I love the Mexican people and their spirit, but the country of Mexico is killing us. I want to build a wall. I'm going to build a wall.
I want to build the wall. We need the wall. And Mexico will pay for the wall.
In the Republican primaries, Trump emerged victorious, clinching the nomination by winning key states and outmaneuvering several seasoned politicians. His path then led him to face Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton in the general election. Electoral victory and presidency. In an outcome that stunned many, Donald Trump won the Electoral College vote in the 2016 presidential election, securing the presidency on November 8, 2016. Despite losing the popular vote, his victories in pivotal battleground states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin paved his way to the White House. Trump's presidency, which commenced on January 20, 2017, was marked by a series of key policy initiatives and significant events. Domestic policy. Trump spearheaded a range of domestic policy changes, including enacting the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in 2017, which brought about significant tax reductions for individuals and corporations. He also aimed to dismantle regulations across various sectors, particularly in energy and environmental areas. Immigration. Trump adopted a stringent stance on immigration, championing stricter border security and endeavouring to terminate the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, DACA, program. His administration's policies, such as the travel ban on several predominantly Muslim countries and the separation of families at the US-Mexico border, ignited controversy and legal challenges. Foreign policy. Embracing an America First philosophy, Trump's administration distanced itself from international agreements like the Paris Climate Agreement and the Iran nuclear deal. His tenure also featured high-profile diplomatic endeavours, including historic meetings with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. COVID-19 pandemic. The emergence of the COVID-19 pandemic in early 2020 presented a formidable challenge during Trump's presidency. His administration's handling of the pandemic, including issues related to testing availability, the supply of personal protective equipment, and vaccine distribution efforts, drew criticism. Impeachment. Donald Trump faced impeachment by the House of Representatives twice during his tenure.
They like to use the impeach word. Impeach Trump. Maxine Waters, we will impeach him. But he didn't do anything wrong. It doesn't matter. We will impeach him. We will impeach. But I say, how do you impeach somebody that's doing a great job, that hasn't done anything?
The first impeachment in 2019 centred on charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress related to a phone call with Ukraine's president. The second impeachment in 2021 was on charges of incitement of insurrection following the storming of the US Capitol by some of his supporters on January 6, 2021.
I want to be very clear. I unequivocally condemn the violence that we saw last week. Violence and vandalism have absolutely no place in our country.
He was acquitted by the Senate on both occasions. Donald Trump's political journey, marked by its unconventional nature and myriad controversies, remains a significant and much debated aspect of his multifaceted life. Controversy in office. Donald Trump's presidency was a period marked by a whirlwind of controversies that captivated not only the American public, but the entire world. Let's delve into some of the key controversies that unfolded during his tenure in the Oval Office. Russian interference and Mueller investigation. One of the most significant controversies during Trump's presidency was the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election, led by Special Counsel Robert Mueller. The investigation probed allegations of collusion between the Trump campaign and Russian officials. While the Mueller report did not establish a criminal conspiracy, it did outline instances of possible obstruction of justice by President Trump, sparking extensive debate and political turmoil. Impeachment proceedings. Donald Trump faced impeachment by the House of Representatives twice during his presidency. The first impeachment in December 2019 accused him of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress related to a phone call with Ukraine's president, where he allegedly pressured Ukraine to investigate his political rival, Joe Biden. The second impeachment in January 2021 charged him with incitement of insurrection following the storming of the US Capitol by some of his supporters on January 6, 2021. He was acquitted by the Senate on both occasions. Handling of COVID-19 pandemic. The Trump administration faced significant criticism for its response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Early denial of the severity of the virus, inconsistent messaging on public health measures, and disagreements with health experts were points of contention. The supply of personal protective equipment, testing availability, and vaccine distribution efforts were also sources of controversy and scrutiny. Immigration policies.
And as we defend our jobs, we're also defending our borders. And it's tough, as I said.
Trump's hardline stance on immigration was a topic of heated debate. His administration implemented the zero-tolerance policy, leading to the separation of families at the US-Mexico border. The administration also faced legal challenges over its attempts to end the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, DACA program, and the travel ban on several predominantly Muslim countries. Use of executive power. Trump's use of executive power was frequently a subject of controversy. He issued numerous executive orders, some of which faced legal challenges, such as those related to immigration policies and funding for a border wall. Critics argued that he bypassed Congress and the normal legislative process to achieve his policy objectives. The country experienced significant racial tensions and protests during Trump's presidency, sparked by incidents of police violence against Black Americans. His responses to these events, such as his handling of the Charlottesville white supremacist rally in 2017, and his law and order rhetoric during the 2020 protests following George Floyd's death, drew criticism and further divided the nation. Foreign policy decisions. Trump's foreign policy decisions, including the withdrawal from international agreements such as the Paris Climate Agreement and the Iran nuclear deal, and his interactions with world leaders, generated controversy and concern among allies and global partners. Relations with the media. Trump's relationship with the media was often combative. He frequently referred to certain news outlets as fake news and accused them of bias. His administration's restrictions on media access and criticism of the free press raised concerns about press freedom. Response to election results. After the 2020 presidential election, Donald Trump refused to concede, alleging widespread voter fraud without substantial evidence. His legal challenges and pressure on state officials to overturn election results fueled controversy, culminating in the storming of the US Capitol on January 6, 2021. These controversies defined Trump's presidency and contributed to the polarized political climate during his time in office. They remain subjects of ongoing debate, analysis, and historical evaluation. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories of remarkable individuals. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep being inspired. This is The Biographer signing off.